We are here, blessed by nature, the land that once emerged to change the world's biodiversity, separating oceans, uniting humanity, where scientific minds have fed from for centuries. Here, we watch, listen, and learn, to adapt and share, to understand the true nature of respect, the same nature that thrives as the world prepares for the new normal. This is our natural normal. We are here. Ever since we changed the world, we are prepared, and we will be here to change yours. Panama, discovered by nature.
From Ottawa, Canada, welcome to our Women's International Day. We decided to talk about women empowerment and sustainable gastronomy, transporting you all to our beautiful and evergreen town of Volcán Chiriquí. A great place to retire, a wonderful place to reconnect with Mother Nature. It is so important to reconnect with our possibility to create, to nurture, to teach, and to learn. Muchas mujeres valientes ya hicieron el recorrido y sin embargo nos hace falta llegar. Las mujeres hemos sido las más vulnerables durante la pandemia por nuestros roles en el hogar, por ser víctimas de violencia de género y por despertar más carentes de ayuda cada mañana. Chef Patricia is our qualified international woman who has created initiatives to foster empowerment among the women in the Nave-Goublé territories and promote sustainable gastronomy by using all local products to enrich them and transform them into a work of love. Our message today from all of us in Ottawa, Toronto, Montreal, and Vancouver is that we are a team of women that believe in creating the best roadmap to become the best versions of Panamanian diplomats that will search to strengthen our institutions, to reduce the gaps of gender disparity, so we could become empowered in order to impact, teach, and nurture, just like Mother Nature, other women in need. Women must be at the center of public policy. So starting today, reset and promote initiatives that support empowerment and sustainability. Happy Women's Day. Bon appetit.
Thank you, Ambassador Romy Vasquez, for your inspiring speech. Good afternoon. Thank you all for joining us today. Today we are going to travel to Volcán Chiriquí, also known as the Highlands. Famous for its Barú volcano, it's the highest point in the country and the only place in the world where you can admire both the ocean of the Atlantic and the Pacific. In this area, you can visit La Amistad International Park, taste freshly made coffee at the producing farms, explore trails and unique hanging bridges on the mountains, as well as practicing canopy, rafting, bird watching, and among other activities. In few minutes, Chef Patricia Miranda will welcome us at her restaurant, Cerro Brujo Gourmet, that opened its colorful doors 21 years ago in this beautiful town of Volcán. Her good seasoning and the freshness of her cuisine have conquered local and international diners. She proudly says that her restaurant is one step to garden because she cultivates her ingredients just next to it. In 2012, Chef Miranda wrote the book Fogón de mis Amores, which won the Gourmand Best World Award from France. She has been part of the global event Good Friends. In 2015, she was one of the Heroes for Panama Award. Since 2017, she has been part of the Zero Hunger 2030 World Food Program with the United Nations. Chef Patricia belongs to the distinguished Plant Forward 50, the American Culinary Institute recognition of the top 50 global chefs and restaurants basing their menus on sustainable plant food cuisine. Since 2020, she has been a member of Organización de Bases Comunitarias Biotourism Highlands that protects the National Park Volcán Barú. Miranda Allen is not only a renowned chef and talented chef, As she was looking for fresh products for her cuisine, she rediscovered her town, its values, its needs, and its people, and thus became an entrepreneurial woman. In 2011, she founded Fogón de Mis Amores School, where she empowers women from the Inobi community, which I am wearing their dress today, to help them improve their quality of life through sustainable gastronomy. She participates actively in the life of her community through programs of her foundation Vida Verde Integral, where she is the president, and in charge of organizing the Volcán Verde Integral Festival to promote environmental conservation, sustainable gastronomy, health, rural tourism for 10 consecutive years and still going. Due to COVID-19, she founded Tierras Altas Solidarity Kitchen movement that has served more than 7,000 meals for families in confinement. She also founded Chefs in Motion movement to serve thousands of meals for victims of Hurricanes Eta and Iota. Today, we are delighted to travel with you to Volcán through this short video before we get into the kitchen with Chef Patricia and learn to cook this exotic and delicious soup Rondon. So now we are gonna connect with Chef Patricia Miranda Allen from the highlands of Volcán in the province of Chiriquí. Hi, Chef Patricia.
Hi, how are you? Afternoon.
Good to have you here. So the floor is yours. I leave you with all our our guests. I leave you with all our guests, and the floor is yours.
Well, hello, Canada, and hello, world. Thank you very much. I'm honored to be here. I greatly appreciate this invitation. The idea is to show you guys a little bit of the spirit of our gastronomy, of our beautiful and warm country. Today, we're going to prepare a soup called Rondon. I'm going to explain to you all the ingredients that we're using, which you can find in the markets, in the Asian and West Indian markets in your cities in Canada. So I'll explain one by one and the procedure. Of course, that we have advanced a little bit just because of the time to save some time and be able to talk about a couple more things. But before starting, I want to introduce you to Chef Manuel Lee, which is part of the team of Cerro Brujo Gourmet, that we, after 11 months, we have reopened our doors. So exactly a month ago, the 6th of February, we restarted our operations, and with the help of this excellent professional of the kitchen, of the cuisine. Well, we will be starting here now. The soup that we will be preparing is called Rondon. It comes from the area, Caribbean area of our country, precisely the area of Bocas del Toro. This recipe was born in the Caribbean, in all the area of the Caribbean. And of course, it has fish, it has turmeric, it has onions, it has tubers that we grow in the lowlands. So I'm going to show you now the ingredients that we shall be using. Here we have onions. We have ají gustoso or ají criollo. If you don't find it, you can use just red peppers, sweet red peppers. We're using garlic, nicely smashed. Fresh turmeric. This turmeric comes from our yard, from our garden. Cumin seeds, roasted, previously roasted. We're using bay leaves. Scotch bonnet flakes. You can use fresh if you wish. Pepper, freshly smashed, coarse pepper, black pepper. Oregano from our garden as well. Yuca, which is this. This is a yuca. These ingredients, as I said before, you can find in the Asian and West Indian markets in Canada. Otoe is similar to taro root, kind of cousin of taro root. And I was told that it's called odoe in Canada in these markets. This is it. It's kind of pinkish inside. Here we have green plantains, which are these, that have been peeled and then grated. We have coconut milk here, coconut oil, salt, and for garnish, we have red peppers and cilantro or culantro. Here I have left these two ingredients to the end to explain something. Here in Panama, we use this called culantro. If you don't find it, you can use cilantro, which is this, and I'm sure that most of you have seen it and tasted. The taste is kind of similar, but it works well. So we're going to start now. We are going to put in this pot a little bit of oil, and we are going to stir fry the onions with the peppers.
I must say, before presenting this recipe, we studied very well the market and we did our research, and we confirmed that all the ingredients that Chef Patricia is using today, you can find it in Canada.
Fantastic. That's great. Great news. I did my research too.
Yes, yes.
Okay, we're going to put a little bit of coconut oil here.
Exactly.
Of course, after that, onions together with the red peppers. Podemos enseñar allá adentro. Okay, we're going to stir fry this a little bit.
When you have a space between the tasks you are doing, Chef Patricia, I would love to for you to share with us why you chose the recipe of Rondon, and because it's not from Volcan, but it's very traditional in Panama. So you can tell us more about the origins of the dish.
Oh, yes, definitely. definitely. Okay, here we are. Now we go with garlic, turmeric, and cumin. Here, chef. We will stir fry this for around 5 minutes more. I mean 4. Okay, go ahead. 3 to 4 minutes. The original recipe is larger, is for more servings. So today we're going to stir fry it a little less than the recipe. Well, after we have this, we're going to put the fish broth that I have here, which is already hot. Vamos, chef. Here we go. Here is the fish broth. Okay? Vamos, chef.
Yeah.
We are sorry if you are experiencing some noises. This is in life, so we are trying to fix this small issue.
Outdoors is outdoors, yes.
But this is
Bay leaf,
part
now
of the
we go.
experience of streaming live.
Yes. It's the real life. And here are the bay leaves that we're going to add. And we're going to cover it and wait a few minutes until it starts boiling to add then the otoe and the plantain. Okay? Tapando, chef.
There is an Ayansi Santa Maria who is saying that in Colón, in Panama, we know this recipe as fufu. Is this a variant?
Well, I do not know much about the fufu. I've heard of it. I would love to taste it. If she can send me the recipe, well, welcome.
It's the
Yes.
same, apparently. She's saying it's the same. Maybe they
Oh,
call it like
fantastic.
that. Yeah.
You know, the food changes a lot depending on the region of the countries. So this is called Rondon.
Yeah.
It's my version though. Everyone has their own version. This is my version of the Rondon from Bocas del Toro. Any questions? We have a few minutes. We have to wait until this boils to add the other things.
Well, your family sending you big hugs from Toronto. They are streaming from Toronto. And I will take this chance to ask you about the activities we can do in the area where you are located. For example, in Volcán specifically, and then Chiriquí. What can we do? What can we expect to do in this area as young women, young persons, and other ages also?
Well, we have a lot of nature. First, hello to my sister-in-law that I'm sure that she's there. We have a lot of outside activities. We are a very luscious area with gorgeous mountains and a beautiful sea as well. As you said at the beginning, this is the only point in the world where you can see from the top of the volcano the Pacific and the Atlantic Ocean at once. So going up to the mountains and up to the volcano is one fantastic activity. You can do bird watching, horseback riding, kayaking, a lot of things you can do here in the mountains, in the highlands where I live. You can do agrotourism. You can go and visit the coffee farms. Actually, I'm sure you know that Panama produces some of the best, very best geisha coffee in the world, and those farms are in the highlands, in the area of Volcán, Renacimiento, and Boquete. So we have that, and most farms have access for tourists to go and learn about coffee, taste coffee, and buy great coffee. Also, in the part of the seaside, in the Pacific side, Well, we have a bunch of beautiful islands, Isla Parida, Isla Secas, that you can go and stay there and go fishing and swimming and do all kind of activities related to the sea, to the seaside, to the beach.
We offer a lot of activities to do actively, but it's a place also known because a lot of people go to retire from Panama and from other places like
Oh,
Canada
yes.
and United States. So can you tell us more about the weather? What can we expect when we retire in Volcan?
Well, we have a fantastic climate here. We can be in the mornings from 14 centigrades. That's it. Always springtime. Although we have about 4 months that are summertime, kind of windy here in the highlands, but the rest of the year is rainy. It's very green, but very nice. We don't have snow, thank God. I know that there are people suffering because of the cold weather.
In the cold, people escape to Panama.
Yes.
And what's the traditional dish in Volcan or Chiriquí?
Well, in Chiriquí, I should say, in Chiriquí, we have a couple things that are traditional, like tamal de maíz nuevo, that I can believe that we are the only ones in the country that do that. Tamal de maíz nuevo. That's very, very nice.
So much.
The rest of the country do tamales with a different corn,
Yeah.
with the corn that's dry and then cooked. This one, the young corn, you cut the kernels and then you grind it and then you do your tamal directly to a hoja de bijao and a plantain leaf as well.
Great. That sounds delicious. My mouth is melting.
Mine too.
I know that sustainable gastronomy is very important for you. So can you share with us how important it is and how do you put it in practice?
Well, sustainability is, I believe, what can save the world these days. When we eat something that has been produced nearby your kitchen, the quality of what you put on your table is far superior than if you use something that comes from a different country, that comes frozen and pass days and weeks and months to get to your kitchen. The nutritional values of food are intact when you consume produce from around your area. It's delicious and it's beautiful and it's good for you. And I opened my restaurant 31 years ago, and since day one, I always thought that why am I going to buy a lettuce that come from California if I can grow them here in my backyard, or I can buy it from my neighbor, and I can buy chickens and eggs from my other neighbor. The taste of your food, the quality of your food is a different story. So I firmly believe that is something that we should implement in our lives forever, day by day, as much as we can. And also, you have the opportunity to use produce that is organic because it's our small farmers that produce these, therefore they don't have as many plagues and insects and things, nematodes that attack your plantations. So it's healthier, definitely.
It's healthier and more delicious, definitely.
Oh, definitely, yes, yes. 1 second, please, 1 second. ¿Cómo vamos, chef? Okay, it's boiling now. Sorry to interrupt. I'm going to add the plantain and the otoe. ¿Tienes? Necesito un poquito más de agua caliente. We're going to add the plantain and the otoe first. Okay, any other question? We have to wait some few minutes for this
Perfect.
to add the yuca.
I just need to say that I love your bandana, your band.
Thank you.
Yes.
This bandana is done by the Ngove women that attend to our school, to Fogón de Mis Amores school. And they make a little more profit selling these things and doing the nahuas like the one you're wearing, and the chaquiras and the cras, which are these bags that are done with natural fabrics and threads. So it comes from them. The same as the mask that chef is using here, that Chef Manuel is using.
Beautiful colors. I'm wearing their dress also.
Yes, I can see that. It's beautiful. It's called nagua.
Yes, the Nahua, exactly.
Yes.
I'm wearing the Nahua. And tell us, by the way, yes, Ambassador Romy is with us, by the way. She's here with us.
Hello.
Hi, Chef.
How are you, Ambassador? Ambassadrice.
Very happy to have you with us and celebrating Women's Day.
Thank
And
you.
I was so lucky to find your book many years ago in one of
Wow.
those activities in Atlapa. Yes, indeed. And I have your book, so I'm already a fan.
Thank you.
And the surrounding are so beautiful. And as Aide was mentioning about the sustainability, we would also love to hear about the Fundación, because you know that you do a lot of work with your indigenous ladies, and empowerment is so important for our women, and it's so important also to have a mentor, and you have become also a mentor, not only as a chef, but also as a very successful woman. So if you can tell us
Wow,
about
thank
that.
you. This initiative was born more than 10 years ago, like 11 years or so. A good friend of mine that is almost like my sister Lorraine and I, we had this idea of doing this foundation based in 4 pillars: conservation, health, sustainable gastronomy, and rural tourism. We started developing 2 projects at once. First, the festival that we did once a year, free for all, to teach people about these 4 pillars. And we invited musicians, we did sports, we did many activities. Actually, you can find them in YouTube, in Volcán Verde Integral, in YouTube, and we have plenty videos on the different festivals. And then at the same time, we created Escuela de Cocina Fogón de Mis Amores. Fogón de Mis Amores was created in order to help indigenous women, to teach them about basic gastronomy, sustainable gastronomy, with ingredients that they knew, ingredients that were low cost, ingredients, produce that they could plant in their yards. The idea was to teach them how to eat healthier, to improve their nourishment, and also to help them to improve their quality of life in the part of the economics, right? So we run this program for 8 years. And then after the cycle, you know, you have to be renovating and doing things a different way. Then we decided, because the women, the work with the Ngove women has been amazing. I have learned so much from them, and vice versa. And then we started a new program for the youth, for teenagers, called Comida Sana y Segura para el Presente y el Futuro. to young Nove students that traveled every Saturday from the Comarca Indígena to the school, Fogón de Mis Amores, located in Volcán, next to our garden. And they brought the produce that they had there in their land that are indigenous from that area, and we mix them, fusion them with the ones we had in our garden, creating new and interesting and very colorful recipes. The idea is because if we were teaching elder women, of course, we have to go and teach the youngsters too. And it has been fantastic. It has been a great experience. These kids have just so much hunger of learning, and some of them ended up studying restaurant management and to become chefs and different things. The first year that was in the 2019, we had 107 students in the program of that year. Of course, we have to stop it due to we know why, the COVID-19, but to restart the program, what we're doing this year is we're going to do videos and send these videos to them to teach them like that virtually. That's what we will be doing on this year and 21. So that's it. That's the story of our foundation. Sí, cierto. Okay, all right. We still have to wait a little more, a few minutes more.
Okay. As we are talking about empowering women, I take the chance to ask you, can you share with us the challenges you have faced as a woman in the professional gastronomic world?
Sure. Let me put the yuca first. 1 minute.
Okay.
The camera, could you please show the pot? ¿Puedes enseñar la olla, por favor? Okay, 1 minute, because he's going to fix the mic. Now, it's much better now?
Yes. I think it's only when the thing is hitting, but it's
Okay.
perfect for live streaming. It's normal. It's part of the experience.
Yes.
Yeah.
We are in the open air, as you can see.
Yes.
Voy a mostrar aquí All right, here we go again. While the camera show you the pot that is starting to boil again, I just added the yuca. Okay, the question again, please.
If you faced challenges as a woman in the professional gastronomic world,
Well,
and also what message can you send to the young professional women in the way to become chefs?
well, the professional culinary world has been a men's world since always. I guess I understand the reason. It's not easy. You have to lift heavy weights. You have to work many hours standing up on your feet. Could be 10 or 8 or 18 hours sometimes. It's not an easy job. You cannot have nice manicures. You get things like this. You get burnt cut, all kind of things. But since few years ago, it has been changing. Actually, not few years ago. Couple years ago, more than 50 years, it started changing with women that have been outstanding chefs, like Eugene Brassier, for example, was the first woman to win a Michelin star in France, and she had a restaurant like that in a small town in Lyon, and then slowly it has been changing. Nowadays, more and more women are doing important works in the kitchen. More women are chefs in their kitchens. The young group of cooks see life different. I can say that I could have found a few difficulties, not too many, not something that I feel like, wow, I'm going to cry because someone is mistreating me in the kitchen. First of all, I will never allow it. And second of all, I think that the perspective is different. The life is different. Now we can vote. It's unbelievable that people could not vote before. Women were relegated to as second-class citizens. For that reason, we're celebrating Women's Day, International Women's Day, for some reason. So it has changed. I feel comfortable, I feel strong, and I feel secure of myself. And I invite all the women that want to become professionals in the kitchen, go for it. Go and fly. The sky is the limit. But you have to understand that it's not an easy job. It's a tiring job. Perhaps in Instagram could look glamorous and nice photos, but the reality is that it's tough. But we women are tough. We have this task of giving birth and bringing up babies and take care of our families and work outside the house too also. So that's tough. Not much people can deal with that. So as I said before, go for it. Let's go fly. But you have to be sure of yourself and never allow anyone to diminish you. Never. You have to be proud of you, of what you are. That's my message.
Wow, so inspiring. Chef Patricia, thank you so much for this strong and motivating message. It's different from what we think, because usually we associate the image of a woman to kitchen, and in the professional world,
it's not.
That.
Let me show you. Let me just say something to you. When you we're a group of cooks or chefs, because first of all, we are cooks. When most people, when they meet a man that is a chef or a cook, they say, nice to meet you, chef. When they meet a woman, nice to meet you, Señora Patricia. And I have to say, chef, please. Because of this conception that always he is the chef.
Yes.
And she is Miss Patricia or Mrs. Patricia, for example. Let me tell you the slide.
In the meantime, I will leave you this message. Rita is saying that everyone has to try your food. That is the best in the world, that the place where you are located is beautiful, the weather, the people, the peace you can feel in the air. Thank you, Tita.
Yes, you can feel peace, and it's a very nice place. I wake up in the morning, have my cup of coffee at 5:30 every day, and I can hear the birds, the roosters, And it's so peaceful. And at 6:15 around there, this time of the year, the sky is so pristine and the air is just gorgeous. Definitely, you guys should come and visit us. Ya podemos destaparlo y vamos a ponerle. We're going to add the coconut milk now and salt and pepper. Podemos enseñar la sopa con eso. Él viene, él puede venir. He's going to show you the soup.
Yes, if the camera can go closer and shows what's inside.
Yes. Show, chef.
Yes.
It looks like that. Look at this beautiful yellow color because of the turmeric. Pepper. Salt. And some Scotch bonnet flakes to have it a little heat in it. Little heat.
I must say that in the end, we will share the recipe, all the ingredients, and we will be sharing this information on our social media. And if you want, you can also leave your email in the comments, and I will the recipe.
Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to prepare the fish. Okay, because this soup has fish in it, a piece of fish. Very, very nice.
The fish is sea fish or
Yes,
lagoon?
sea
Sea fish.
We have these small fillets here, as you can see, that we're going to do on a skillet and have the skin crunchy. Okay, ready, chef? Sí. Allá lo vas a hacer. Saca esto de aquí. ¿Pueden ver acá? Ok, here we go. A ver, ya podemos quitar este broth de aquí. Okay. What we do is the first crushed pepper, coarse, se dice, ¿verdad? Gruesa. So look at this, salt and pepper, and then skin first. La piel abajo. Eso. Look at that. Muévelo para que no se pegue.
So you fry it literally.
Para que no se pegue. Eso. Uno más. One more. Okay. While he does that, we are going to answer more questions. Para que lo saques aquí. Any more questions?
Well, Maria Villarreal is saying that nothing compares to the taste of fresh ingredients. And
yes, that's for sure. That's for sure. Fresh ingredients is the best that could happen to a chef, to any person that cooks. Fresh ingredients. I all the time do the example of the tomato. When you harvest, when you pick a tomato, you cut it and you smell that and you have a bite. It's a different taste than when you eat a tomato that has been in the fridge for many, many, many days. It's a different story. It's a different taste.
Can you tell us about the experience as being part of the Zero Hunger 2030 campaign of World Food Program?
Well, that's a great idea, I think. The goal is to eliminate the hunger in the world for the year 2030. of course, they present the World Food Program presented certain issues and certain elements that can help to reduce that. It has been very satisfying. Everything that you do to help other people and to help quality of life feels great. It's satisfying. There is no reason why there should be hunger in this world. You know that there are more than 28,000 plants that are edible, that are not used properly, are not consumed properly and in the right amounts. 28,000 plants that are edible, that are not, are ignored. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
So how can you, or what is your role in this project as a chef?
Excuse me. Well, I had to. They gave us this list of these ingredients, these vegetables, and we had to develop recipes and put them in our menus to promote zero hunger. That's, they asked for one dish. I did all the menu. I did the whole menu. 1 minute, please.
Because you are lucky to have
Ya estamos.
garden
Ya
full of
estamos.
ingredients.
Okay. We're almost done with the soup.
As you can
We're
see,
all,
a very easy dish, perfect for the cold winter here in Canada.
oh, yes. Yes. It's like chicken soup for the soul, but this is fish soup for the soul. Rondon for the soul. I'm going to add the culantro. Oh, the herb, add them at the end, most of the time. At the end.
In Canada, I found coriander. It's similar, right? Coriander.
Yes, it's coriander. Yes, very similar. Yo creo que ya, apenas está ya sácalo de la cambia, échalo para un ladito. Ah, no importa. Ya este pecado está. Fish is ready, like in 2 minutes, we will be ready to serve and show you the beautiful dish that we have been cooking while we converse here. Any other questions that you would like to ask? Okay.
Maybe you can tell us more about the Tierras Altas Solidarity Kitchen movement.
Oh yes. Well, that we started for the confinement.
Yeah, Patricia, we don't hear you. I think the noise, the wind is hitting on your microphone.
Can you hear me now?
No, we don't very well.
They are going to check it.
Yes. Thank you. In the meantime, reading the comments. Ana Yancy Santa Maria is asking, why did you decide to become a chef?
I just love cooking. I cannot live without cooking. If I'm sad, I cook. If I'm happy, I cook. If I'm worried about something, I cook. My life is in the kitchen. That's a good reason. I think I have it in my DNA. In my DNA here in my veins. I was born like this. I think something happened.
I would like to say that Ambassador Lily Nichols, who's the ambassador of Canada to Panama, is watching the program, and she says that she can't wait to go and visit you at Cerro Brujo.
Well,
and
welcome.
You know, the Canadian Embassy, it's they do a lot of work with the comarcas. So she
nice.
very much knows the area. So if you want to send her a message or invite her personally, she is with us right now.
Oh, fantastic. Hello. Well, welcome anytime. Please give me a call. Let's talk. Because if you work with the comarca, Well, we can do a couple things together, I'm sure. I'm sure. Welcome anytime to Volcan also. I'm going to serve the food now. Eh, Wow, this smells so nice.
I think the unfair part of this kind of activities is that we won't be able to taste your dish. We will have to go. We will have to go to your restaurant or try to cook it here.
Hey, bueno, viene la vaina. Here we go.
Viene la vaina, esa palabra ya es universal.
Aquí está el pescado. ¿Y dónde está la cámara? Venga, para que no vean. Ahí tengo una sombrita. Look at this. Now we do the garnish. Tan, tan, tan.
Wow.
Ahí, aquí lo ven. Ok. Ahí lo ven bien. Déjame sacar esto de aquí. Look at this. Donde yo quiero que lo vean bien. En la mesa. Aquí, look at this. Voila.
Bravo.
Bravo.
And so quickly.
Yes. Quick.
Oh, wow. Beautiful.
And it looks exactly like the photo of the dish.
Exactly.
It's not false publicity.
It was done right here. Can you see the pepper? Okay.
Chef Patricia, if you are, for example, in Canada, and we do find the ingredients, but you want to do it with another type of fish.
Of course.
You say, for example, Arctic chard, or it could be the black cod, or halibut, or what could be the best in the sense
Well,
of...
now you mention a word that tingle on my ears, that is music to my ear. Halibut. By the way, is the fish I love most in the whole world. Halibut.
I agree with you. I love it.
I cooked actually 2 years ago, about 5 years ago. I cooked in Amsterdam, in a place called Maastricht, in a restaurant that invited as a guest chef to do a fusion dinner with their products and our products, with our my recipes, with a fantastic chef there, and I did halibut, and I just fell in love with that fish.
So would you recommend this recipe, for example, to be done with halibut? Because Arctic chard has a flavor that goes between a trout and salmon, for example.
Halibut.
But the halibut is thicker than the one that you have just used.
Yeah, nice fillets and very white. So as long as you put it on the skillet, very hot, to have a nice crust, perfect. Perfect.
So halibut will be the perfect combination for this.
I think so. I think
Very
so.
good.
Mhm. Any other questions?
Maybe we were talking before you make the break to continue cooking. We were talking about all the initiatives you had in your community to help with hurricanes Eta and Iota, and also with the situation of the pandemic. Tell us more about these two projects you had, and how can people help you?
Well, what we're doing is this. What we did when first we did a Solidarity Kitchen from May until beginning of July or something like that last year. And then when the hurricanes hit us here, that was disastrous. Along with a chef friend of mine, Chef Jorge Jurado, we created Chef in Motion movement. and invited chefs from the whole country we did an open invitation to come as volunteers to help us cooking for the people that were affected, severely affected, and the rescue brigades and the firemen and the Red Cross and all those people that were helping. And we ended up with 48 chefs coming between the 9th of, the 6th of November until mid of January. And actually, Chef Manuel is from that bunch of chefs in motion. I inherited him and have him here helping me now. And we got, as I said, 40 something, 48, 49 chefs coming, and we cooked 25,828 meals that we distributed along the people, along the area here in the highlands and the lowlands, because you know the rivers continue destroying things when they go down. And there were other communities in the area of Alange, Tijeras, Puerto Armuelles, La Esperanza, San Valentin, that were severely affected by the floods. So we ended up cooking those 25,000 something meals. And how we work is that people help us with donations, no matter if it is food or cash. They send us cash too, because of course we have expenses with this. And it's the way we work with the help of the people of Panama and other countries that help us too.
You are doing a job. It's incredible how you are in all the fronts. Everywhere we need, you are needed, you are there.
Oh yes. I guess
And
it's
maybe
we
yeah,
owe it.
sorry, go ahead.
I guess that we have a responsibility with the planet and with the people as humans. No matter where they're from or no matter where they live, if what you can give, you give. You don't need, you don't give what you have extra. You give of what you have, of what you need. From that need, you give. Because giving extras is not really helping. So there's a lot of people that need help. And if we have 2 hands, 2 legs, and we are complete and healthy, why not? In my case, in our case, because chef is part of this too, what we can give is good food. So that's what we do.
Thank you, Patricia. To finish, one last question. Someone is asking, is your restaurant open on the weekends?
Oh yes, my restaurant opened, as I said before, a month ago, after 11 months of being closed. We open Friday, Saturday, and Sunday for lunch, and we are doing al fresco in the garden where we have our plantation of food. Right there is the restaurant in the open air, taking good care of all the safety that we have to because of the COVID. We have a separation of 10 meters between tables, and we eat in the open air. So they can call. It's important to call and do a reservation. We're serving lunch from 12:30 to 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
I have a challenge for Chef Patricia.
A ver, tell me.
A ver si arreglamos la vaina.
Ajá.
There is this dessert in Canada, ¿verdad? Los postres acá, el postre más famoso, que es como un flan, el crème brûlée.
Crème brûlée.
Oui. El crème brûlée. Alors, un challenge.
A ver, ¿cuál es el chat?
Para que nos prepare y nos mande una recetita y entonces tengamos otro Zoom webinar o sin webinar para hacer uno con café de los Highlands.
Ok.
Con este café que cosechan las de la comarca. ¿Qué le parece? Un coffee crème brûlée
Me parece
de
maravilloso.
la chef Patricia para conmemorar este día tan importante donde usted nos ha dado con tanta gentileza y tanta generosidad este espacio para poder compartir no solamente sus recetas, sino la lideresa que es usted como chef, la mentora que hay en usted de poder integrar a estas mujeres de las comarcas, respetuosa del planeta, siempre no solamente encontrando ese amor por esos ingredientes que están localmente, sino también respetando y haciendo teaching, pues, o sea, enseñanza a todos estos grupos de cómo cuidar también el ambiente. Entonces, ¿qué le parece si la próxima vamos a tener que ver cómo nos hacemos un crème brûlée de café?
Por supuesto que sí. Of course, yes. Done deal.
Don't deal. Entonces, mire, el día de Canadá es el 1 de julio.
Ok,
El 1 de julio se celebra el Canada Day.
okay.
Para entonces, ya ha entrado el verano canadiense, seguramente podemos tener turismo, seguramente ya estamos vacunados, podemos viajar y entonces celebrar con una foto al menos, un crème brûlée de café a la chef Patricia.
Por supuesto. That's a deal. Nos vemos entonces.
Muy bien. Muchísimas gracias.
A ustedes. Chao. Bye.
A ver, aquí, perdón, que aquí está la reina del evento.
Con su agua.
I just wanted to thank everyone for joining us. I had some technical problems with my computer, so I come to here. and yes, I think we finished for the dish. We shared some a great moment with you, Chef Patricia, and inspiring also. Thank you all for joining us, and you will find this recording on YouTube, on Facebook, and I leave you with Ambassador Vasquez. We finish. Okay. So thank you so much. And if you want to say something, Chef Patricia, go ahead and yes.
Bye. Thank you.
Si quería agregar algo más, aquí estamos ahora porque tuvimos un problemita, pero muchísimas gracias. Si quiere dar algunas últimas palabras para terminar, también gracias al chef.
Saludos.
Saludos, me encanta su máscara, está preciosa.
Bueno, gracias por la invitación, ha sido un placer, de verdad que sí, y ahora nos vamos a comer el rondón nosotros.
Pues sí, y nosotros nos vamos a comer la idea del rondón.
Ok. Un abrazo grande. Chao. Hasta luego.